It's a new week in the Crew Motorfest, and so we have a new summit. This one's called Lasting Legacy, and this is my summit guide. Let's go. All right, real quick before we get into it, huge shout out to Simji. This one, he helped a ton. We have a lot of weird, crazy, wacky cuts, and I wouldn't have been able to do it without him. So please go follow his channel. There's a link in the description down below. Let's get into it, man. The summit cars for the bundle are going to be the Bugatti Atlantic Concept and the Bugatti Type 57 SC Atlantic. Both are not fun to drive, but you're gonna have to drive them a lot. And then the additional vehicles you're gonna need are the 110, a drag car of choice, and on your drag car make sure you have Pure and Frenetic with a Nitro Chemist set, and then a Proto WR1 boat with Skilled and Pure on a Scorebreaker set for your slalom. And the keys to this summit are going to be the shortcuts. There's a ton of shortcuts in almost every race because most of these races do not have checkpoints. They're mostly like the follow the clues or don't damage the car type races. All right, let's get into the pro settings and we'll talk about the events. All right, this first event is called From Original Shape. This is with the old Countach. Now there's a lot of little things in this race, so I'll just fast forward to the things that are important. And the first thing actually is this first turn. You're gonna wanna cut this to the right. Try to get around the AI to the right side, cut to the right, miss this big structure here. There's a little bit of stuff here in the grass too that you really can't see. So you're gonna have to go wide to the right and then try to stay to the right of the checkpoint flag because that'll set you up to go right back on the road. And when you get to the bottom of this hill, you're going to want to use NOS in the air in your highest gear, going slightly to the right of the checkpoint dot here, and point your car to the right a little bit. When you land, you want to land in that direction. All right, the next cut is at 16%. You'll be going towards this turn here. You don't have to slow down for it. You don't even have to grab the gutter. Just go through it, turn to the right after the trees, NOS in the air, NOS again, reset at the flag. All right, the next cut is at 21%. To the left, aim for those two telephone poles there. Right here, this is where you should be aiming. You don't want to go straight across because you'll fall off into the beach. And there is a rocky section right here on the right that if you hit, it'll completely stop your car, so you don't want to do that. Aim a little bit to the left, NOS when you go across the grass, and then continue on the other side. Here at 30%, it's really important to grab this gutter. Just brake completely and downshift if you have to, and grab that gutter. All right, here at 36%, you can cut the corner to the right, then slow down and cut the corner to the left. I actually did this poorly, ended up in the grass. Cut this corner to the left as well. Cut this corner to the right. And control your speed. You will end up in the grass if you go too fast. At 46%, you're gonna actually go through these palm trees to give you a little bit of a better line on the bridge. So go to the left of the big one. You don't really want to hit those that much, but it gives you just a straighter line onto this bridge. And then when you get done with the bridge, you're gonna cut to the right. I went a little bit wide there. It could be much cleaner than that. This gutter here at 58% is very important to hit as well. Helps you gain, or maintain, I should say, speed going around that corner. And when you're approaching this bridge, you want to cut it again to the right of the flag. Little wall tap's not going to hurt anybody. And then this one, you're going to reset at the flag. That one's at 84%. Now going up this hill, you're not going to be using any resets for this next couple of corners. You'll just go ahead and use the gutter to your best of your ability. And this last left-hander is important. You got to downshift and brake super hard, so just do it early because hitting the wall really will slow you down a lot. And you can take the gutter on the final turn, NOS to the finish, and you're good to go. All right, the next event is called 2 Final Form. This is one of those ones where you can't damage the car completely, otherwise you lose. There's a lot of weird little cuts. The first is here at this dirt road. Make a right onto the dirt road. Make sure you don't go off-road at all. Just stay on the dirt road. Otherwise, your vehicle health will be affected. You want to try to get to this reset without getting any of your vehicle damage. Reset here at the tree. Notice I still have full vehicle health. Now on this one, you're going to try to get as much speed as you possibly can. And then when you see this pack of trees on the left, you're going to cut up the hill. Use air NOS as well. And then you're just going to be driving up this hill. Notice where my ghost is going. I'm kind of going the same direction. So you need to be going a little bit like northeast-ish. You'll find a sort of gully or a little like crevice here. And that's kind of your symbol to stay, you know, in that little area. Now, keep your eye on the mini-map as well when you're going through here, because it'll switch just like it did. See how the path switches? It was trying to tell you to go to the right. When it switches to this, you know you're getting close to the reset. So as soon as you clear this hill here, you can actually reset right there. Puts you up on the road. Now, on this first left-hander, just turn down the left-hander a little bit and then shoot down the road. Skip all the S turns. Now, keep in mind, if your vehicle health is too low because of that first shortcut, then you can't really make that skip. You're just going to have to, you know, drive down the road normally. But you want to get here with, you know, enough to be able to skip down this hill because it saves you a ton of time. Just control your speed when you get here because you're going to actually have to go to the right when you get all the way down this hill. And then from here on out, you're literally just surviving. Depending on what your vehicle health is, don't go off-road, don't use the gutters. If you're really, really low on health, you're going to need to just survive, and you'll get a good time if you can pull off those shortcuts. All right, the next event is called From Antiquity, and this one is using the Type 57 super old Bugatti. This race is actually just riding in my Buick, and there's a lot of like weird cuts that you wouldn't normally do if you were grinding money on that race. So if you know the path for riding in my Buick using an AGP car, it's not the same with this one. And you're going to see that right off the beginning of this race. At the very beginning, you're going to be turning to the left and going through this village. So through these trees, over this little bridge, NOS in the air off of that jump, and then you're going to reunite with the road here. Now once you get here, you want to stay wide and then control speed and cut in. NOS on the road, and then make a right into the dirt. Stay wide to the left. This is important. When you come to this section here, you can drive towards this little hut thing, and then when you get close to it, use your NOS and your handbrake at the same time and turn the car to the right so that you hit the side of your car on this thing and it'll push you towards the road. It's just an easier way than having to slow down to take this turn. So just kind of bonks you onto the right spot where you need to be. Now in this section, you're going to make a right here at this like farm building. Rejoin the road here. And then the hardest cut probably in the entire race is going to be on this left turn. Try to use the gutter, maintain speed. And you're shooting for this gap in the trees. Use air NOS. The second you hit that jump, you're going to be air NOSing a lot. Now when you get here, you're going to make a right, go up the hill, air NOS again, and you're on your way. Coming out of the tunnel, you have two choices. You can control your speed and hit this gutter, or you can cut through these bushes. There's a little jump right here, and use air NOS on the jump. I was unsuccessful at getting a full complete run using this cut to the left, but this is something that I believe SimG does, and it is a little bit faster. So use the gutter here. And if we fast forward down to the bottom of the hill, brake a little bit early into second gear to make the turn, then NOS in the air again down the hill. Make sure you get into fourth. When you get to the bottom of the hill, downshift immediately, start slowing down because it's hard to brake for this corner here. And cut through the gas station, control speed, should be in second gear here. And then if we fast forward a little bit, there are a couple of corners that you can cut, so let me get to those. This corner up here, the checkpoint is at that intersection, so you can cut this corner. You can cut this corner at the bottom of the hill here. You can also cut this to the right a little bit and then cut this corner on the left, but don't cut that corner too hard, otherwise it won't give you the checkpoint. I was a little bit all over the place on this one. Now the last cut is right up here. You're gonna go to the left of this snow cone building. You're gonna need to hug this wall in between the sign and I guess this is ice cream. Yeah, it looks like ice cream. Anyways, snow cone, ice cream, whatever. You're gonna go between this sign and the building and then cut to the left a little bit and you can downshift and try to make this turn. And you're home free. All right, this next race is called To Modernity. Modernity. Anyways, this is the one with the NOS strips we did last week. So for this one, it's all about NOS management. On these first couple of turns though, you're going to be using the gutters. Now, once you get done with this gutter turn, that's basically where you can start using your NOS from that first strip. Just use it to get to top speed as fast as you can, because you're going to get a refill here before this very hard left-hand turn. So brake heavy here, downshift. That's a very, very tight left-hander. You don't want to hit the bridge. Now going up this hill, you can use your NOS pretty, freely. You don't have to worry too much because you won't run out. At the very top of this hill though, is where you're going to cut across the grass again. So when you get here, make a right across this and use your NOS. And the next 3 turns are all hairpins and they're all resets. Reset here. Make sure you're turning right when you come out of that corner. And don't use your NOS going down this hill. Reset here. Make sure you're turning left when you come out of that one. And then finally reset here. Make sure you're turning right when you come out of that one. On the next couple of corners, you're going to be using the gutters. Again, don't use your NOS yet. So 3 gutter turns in a row. And then you can go ahead and blast your NOS coming out of this one. Alright, on this right-hander coming up here, you're going to have to brake heavy and use the gutter. It's an important turn. You can really lose speed if you end up in the bushes there. The rest of this race is pretty straightforward. There is 2 more cuts. One on the left right after these balloons. Cut to the left, across the grass, through the checkpoints. Go ahead and refill your NOS there. And then control speed for this right-hand cut on the right there. You can hit the flag and just control it so you don't go into the fences, and you're home free. All right, this next event is called From Precursor. Again, you're going to be using the Type 57. Starts here on the left. You can just kind of cut to the left, get yourself back on the road. You don't really want to use up any of your vehicle health here. Let's fast forward to the first cut. All right, this one you're going to be going up the mountain on the left. And you're going to NOS in the air and come down it. Try to hit this rock here. Here you go. Straight down. I got a little bit lucky there. All right, so for some reason in this clip, I didn't actually take this cut. I don't know why I didn't take it, but there's a hill jump directly in front of me here. You just go straight to the left of this tree, jump the hill, reunites you with the road on the other side. You could see it here on the mini-map. I'm not sure why I didn't take it, but in this clip, I end up going around it and then just kind of cutting the grass here. Not the best thing. Ended up in the bushes. Not great. Anyways, make sure you take that cut. And you can basically do the same thing on this one. Cut across the left of this hill, a little bit of air NOS, and then reunite with the road. When you get to the beach section, you can actually go to the right. I slowed down way too much because I thought I was going to take the turn, and then I decided to go ahead and take the beach cut. The beach cut is definitely worth it. You can maintain about 115 or so across the beach there. And when you get over this double hump here, you're going to go to the right, not follow the path here to the left. You're not going to do that. Just stay on this road. This will take you all the way around to the Hoonigan Island entrance, and you're basically there. There's not any other cuts from here on out. All right, and the last event is called To Culmination. And this one is using the Bugatti Atlantic concept, I believe. Anyways, there's a few different cuts on this one, starting right here at about 4 or 5%. You'll cut to the right on this corner, control your speed a little bit, and then go back left. You can actually cut that corner a lot more. I kind of went wide, but I got a decent time, so I left it alone. Now, an important thing here is on this jump, you should be nosing in the air and upshift a little bit. That way you get a lot of speed. Notice I'm doing 240. Actually, you could probably do it better than that, but it is what it is. Now, I downshift to 5th before landing here. I also use brakes sparingly, so you'll notice I brake a little bit just to control the speed so I can make this corner here. I do cut that corner as well. Now up on this corner, I cut this one, use NOS in the air here, again here, and then I brake just before this jump, like right here in the air. I'm holding the brakes so that I control my speed so I don't overshoot this checkpoint on the other side of the water. And then you just aim for this red tree here. Don't hit this big one. You can just hit the red one. Control speed on this right-hander and then NOS. And you can basically take this at full speed, but you're gonna want to cut underneath this building. It's just a better line through that corner. When you get here, you're going to downshift and brake a little bit. Take the corner. I drifted it on accident and reset when you get to that flag. Then you can cut this corner on the right. You can NOS in the air on this jump. Then control speed when you get here. You're going to want to go across the grass on the left. I think that's basically it. There might be one more cut. I'm just going to fast forward to make sure. Yep, there's one more cut here at 92. Right when you hit the checkpoint flag, go to the right and up the hill. And then when you get to the top of this hill, make sure you control your speed and then try to get your wheels in the gutter there. It does help you with that corner. And that's it. You're home free. All right, and finally, let's talk about the feats. These feats are very easy this week. The escape, you do not have to go that far. I'll let the full thing play out so you know exactly my path. But this one's pretty easy this week, as well as the slalom. You can go either way. It doesn't really matter. As long as you have score breaker, you're going to get a lot of points on this one. And then for the speed trap, it's very straightforward. There's really not any tricks to this one. Just back up and go straight. So anyway, enjoy the feats and we'll take a look at the final scores. All right, here are my final scores. Remember, you can DM me with any questions if you have them. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this helps. I will catch you on the next one. Trigger out.